Hello, everybody on Facebook. Hello to everyone on Instagram. Okay, I'm going to invite a few people and we're going to get started. Come on in the room. Okay. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. We are talking all about baggage check. Baggage check today, guys. Tell your friends, hit share. I thank you so much for coming into the room, coming into this live. Those who are watching it now, those who will be watching it on a replay, I do thank you and appreciate you genuinely for your support and your time on today. It is another edition of Wake Up Wednesday. Wake Up Wednesday. I hope you guys, your Wednesday was awesome. Mine was pretty good. I will catch you guys up on what's going on in my life. And then we'll get right into the topic. I want you guys to tell me where you are from. You know, what city, what state you are in. Okay? I would like to know that. So I can feel like I'm with you guys. And then, hey, I may want to come to a city near you. Or if not, your actual city in itself. So, I think I've invited enough people at this point. Hello. We're going to get started with today's topic. But just to say hello, this is your girl, Tashanique. Okay? Author, motivational speaker, extraordinaire, all that good stuff, right? So, just to get you guys a brush on where I am. Hello. Okay, Philly. Hey, Kashif. So, on where I am today. Hey, Niche. What's up, baby? So, transparent moment. I always like to be transparent, keep it all the way decent. So, yesterday I got a report of something. You know, I want you guys to always understand that even though I'm in front of you guys and you come to my events and you guys see I'm always motivating, I want you to understand that there's always still an attack. There's always something still happening in my life too. So don't ever get to this point where people that you see that are on a platform have gotten to such a point where they don't face trials or some form of struggle because they don't, put it out there. The truth of the matter is we do. And I'm one of those ones to say I do. So yesterday I got a phone call from my son's school. He is 10. That on Friday, allegedly or apparently, he threatened to kill himself. Right? I know a lot of you guys like, wait, not you, Tashanique. Like your kids, I am not exempt from things happening. And I was in a place of frustration because I felt like here I am empowering these people. Here I am touching and impacting lives. But yet my 10-year-old son on Friday afternoon said he wanted to kill himself. Now, unfortunately, hey, Tara, unfortunately, where things went really bad is the fact that they did not notify me until yesterday about it. Until yesterday morning was when I was notified about it. So there's some things that I'm dealing with on that. And so I just wanted to kind of give you insight and input on things that go on in my life, because I never want you to think that, and often we get to a point where we see people who are elevating and things happening. We feel like, oh, they doing so good, because they don't tell you about the real mess that's happening in their lives, right? They don't tell you about the issues that they face for whatever reason, right? Maybe they feel like it's going to take away from who they are. They're going to take away from the followers. I don't care, okay? I keep it all the way. This is what goes on. So to know that, my 10-year-old son, and again, because I'm an empowerer, I'm a powerhouse when it comes to speaking and all these things. Initially, I took it as, what am I doing wrong? Like, God, this can't be, because how can I be motivating all these people and my company is elevating and this is happening, but my 10-year-old son wants to kill himself and he tells an adult he wants to kill himself? This is crazy. But I also am reminded that I am one of the ones who always, I have to practice what I preach. I always say that when you are in the forefront, when you are the warrior, when you are leading the war, you get the brunt of the attacks. And because the enemy knows that he can't really attack me in certain areas like he used to, he said, I know how you feel about your son. So let's do this. And he had it that my son threatened to, kill himself on Friday. Again, the bad part is the school did not notify me about this alleged or this threat to harm himself until yesterday. And that's where we have a problem, and that's what we're dealing with on the back end. But all that is all good and fine. My son is awesome. He's excellent. You guys are excellent. So let's get into the topic. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an insight on what's going on. Great things coming up November 5th. I will let you know what's coming up, coming down the pipe for you guys. All of you that follow the Great You and follow me. So today's topic, let me move over. Today's topic is baggage check, right? Baggage check. So, I'm new to this flying thing, but I'm broken in. I'm ready to fly all the time. But one of the things, before you can elevate, before you can get on a plane, you have to check your baggage. So they have to see if it's the right weight. Excuse the dust, y'all. If it's the right weight, if it's too heavy, do you have to pay they have to check your luggage, your baggage. They need to know what's in it. Can you get on the plane with what's in this bag? Does it fit the requirements? Does it fit the guidelines for you to take off? Right? Here we go. So I said, let me check my baggage. And a lot of us, we want to elevate, we want to soar, we want things to happen like this, but the reality is it doesn't. But it can happen a lot faster than we think if we check our baggage. If we see if what's in our baggage fits the requirements for us to take off, just as you would if you're getting on a plane. You got to check your baggage. You got the TSA, listen, they want to make sure what's in your bag, what you carrying, where you're going with it, they checking it all. And before you think you want to step on that plane and take off from where you are, we got to check your bag. It don't matter who you are. We need to check and make sure everything is right and that you fit and you have obliged and you have met all the guidelines to a T. But we want to take off in our natural lives too. We want to take off. We want our business to take off. We want our companies to take off. We want our businesses to soar. But have we checked our baggage? So I got baggage here. And I have some things that maybe you may have in your luggage that you need to check before you get to that place where you think you could take off. Before you could get on that plane, before you can get to that next level, let's see what's in your bag. If you have unworthiness, you got to clear it out. What else is in the bag? You got a whole bunch of what ifs. What if this don't work? What if this? What if that? What if it does? Check that. Check your baggage. Check your baggage at the door. They say, what's in your wallet? What's in your bag? Okay? Payback. Are you looking to take off in your company because you just want to pay back all those people who didn't believe in you? If you want to just show off, you just want to brag a little differently. Is that why? Check yourself. Check your baggage. Do you have hidden agendas? Do you genuinely want to fulfill your purpose, or is it ultimately you just want fame? Or is it ultimately that you just want the spotlight? Do you have hidden agendas as to why you want to work with this person? Do you want to work with this person because you really believe in their mission, or you want to take their resources? Do you really want to work with this person because this person is dope and you believe in their elevation, you believe in where they're going, or do you just want to take their contacts? Do you want to work with this person? Do you want to work with this organization because, because you really believe in where they're going and you want to be a part? Or do you want their influence? Do you want to write a book because you really believe that you have a great story? Or do you want to write a book because everyone else is doing it? Check your hidden agendas if you got some. What's in your baggage? So then we go a little deeper. Self-doubt. Because of some things that some people said to you before, you are doubting. Because things are not happening the way you thought it was, or the way you believed, or you envisioned it to take off and things to happen. It's not. Now you're self-doubting. Check your baggage. You cannot elevate. You can't get on the plane. You can't take off with all this stuff in this bag. It's too heavy. It's not supposed to go where you're on your way to. So until you check your bag, you can't go nowhere. You got to stay right here. And when we check the bag, TSA check the bag and they see it's certain things that does not meet the requirements for elevation for you to take off. You ain't going nowhere until you clear out your bag. Jealousy. What's in your bag? You got jealousy in your bag? You jealous of the other people that's moving and shaking? You jealous of somebody that done got a little further, or you perceive because of, this social media thing? Well, hey, you believe in the, poop with glitter on it is gold. Okay. Jealousy, check it. You can't be jealous, because let me tell you something. There's no such thing as jealousy when you want each other to win. And when you really understand that your purpose is God-given, you don't get jealous of nobody. Because you know that just like they can win, you can. And just like you can win. And you also understand that their elevation, them moving forward, them having a spotlight in this moment does not take away from you and your calling and your gift and your ministry and your purpose. You got jealousy? Check it. You got fear. You got fear. You have fear of elevating. There are people who fear success. They fear elevation. They want it, but then they fear the idea of sustaining it. Because anyone can get to a certain level, but can you sustain it? Can you sustain that? And how you sustain a level of success is through consistency and through great relationships. Building relationships with individuals in your same network, but also other people that can add to you and that you can add to them. Building strong relationships, not just when it's beneficial to you, sweetie. Other thing that's in the baggage that you need to check: past relationships. You harboring on to some hurt, some pain that somebody calls you. He done broke your heart. He done left you for somebody else. You carrying that, but guess what? In that, you're carrying him with you. And he ain't supposed to go on this next level of where you going. So because that's in your baggage, you cannot take off. On a plane, TSA would say, no, you got something what is he doing in your bag? No, that's definitely against the regulations and requirements. Lastly, we have self-hate. Self-hate. You, let me tell you something. If you don't love yourself, if you don't like yourself, you should write things about that are really positive about yourself. You should get a mirror and look at that thing and continue to look at it until you fall in love with what you are looking at, which is yourself. Flaws, roles, balls, whatever. Until you are 100% in love with who you are. Because within loving yourself, you walk with a certain type of confidence that is indescribable. And that confidence is what's going to get you in the room and get you in a seat and get you at the table with those industries and those other organizations that you want to partner with or that you want to endorse you. But when you walk in with a certain stature that says self-doubt or self-hate or that there is no confidence, you need to go find the closest mirror. If you don't have a mirror, find a glass, clean it, get a reflection of yourself and fall in love with who you are. You could be fat. Listen, y'all see me in person. I ain't skinny, but I love me. And it took me a long time to get there. And when I walk in the room, you're going to love me too. And if not, then guess what? You will dismiss yourself because my positive energy is so bold that you wouldn't be able to stay around me. So that was our baggage check. I just stuffed stuff in here. But the reason I'm saying this is because I'm starting to see the things that I said I did not want to see. I didn't want to see all of this. 2019 is my year, 2019, but you cannot go into 2019 with the baggage that you've been carrying since 2004. You cannot say 2019 is your year, but you're holding on to all this stuff that does not add to your elevation. All of this stuff. All of this baggage that's weighing you down and that's keeping you from taking off. You can't. You know, too often we ask for things and we want this, we want that, we want this, but we don't want to do the work behind it. And all the work, sometimes the work that's required is within ourselves first. You may not have a problem sending out a bunch of emails. You may not have a problem networking and going to events. You may not have a problem with having all these meetings. You may not even have a problem meeting deadlines and goals. So you feel like, but I'm doing all this work. Yeah, but guess what's all attached to you? All this. And it's weighing you down. And you can't get on a plane with all that in your baggage. You need to get rid of it. And in this case, guys, when I say plane, I mean it's the example of elevation, taking off. And you're like, I'm doing all this work. I got all this work. But you got jealousy. I'm doing all this work. I'm meeting my deadlines. I'm connecting with this person, but something's still not happening. Because the work that you really need to do is within yourself. But you're afraid to touch that. Because it's some things that you're going to dig deep into and you're going to have to touch on that you tried to totally just disregard like it never happened. It did. And you need to deal with it. Sometimes we're too busy putting a Band-Aid in areas in our lives where we need surgery. And so when you put a Band-Aid on an area that needs surgery, what happens? That area now becomes affected and it takes over. And then what happens? Hey, you might need that area cut off. And it all could have been avoided if you took the necessary precautions from the rip and said, hey, I got to cut. I need to check this out. I need to treat this properly. But you didn't treat it properly. I'm going to just push past it. I'm going to keep moving. Well, now it's infected. Now it's open. Now you need surgery. You wonder, you want your marriage to take off. Because it's not just all about entrepreneurship, but you want your marriage to take off. But you still holding on to something that your husband did a couple years ago that broke your heart. But when you told him that you were moving on, then that's what you should have did, but you didn't. And so now that weight is holding on to you and it's causing you to fall down. You want to elevate as a person, but you don't have any self-love. A lot of times people are frustrated in their lives with themselves. And when you're frustrated with yourself and you don't like who you have become or who you are or what you see in the mirror every day, it spills over into other areas in our lives. So now that part, I'm frustrated with where I am. Maybe I thought at this point in my life, maybe you thought at this point in your life, you would be at this place. Maybe you envisioned that at this point in your life, at this age, at this stage, you would be here, but you would be there, but you're here. And so the frustration takes place where really it's about you. But what you do when you're frustrated is that frustration rolls over into your marriage. It rolls over into your business. It rolls over into your job. It rolls over into your children. It rolls over into your friendships. It rolls over into other areas in your life because we look to take the blame and the onus and we like to redirect it when the initial place is yourself. You're not happy with where you are in your life. Check it. And so again, because that thing right there, that's big. When you're not happy with where you are, listen, there's a lot of people on here who can look at their lives and say, by 30, I thought I would be here. By 32, I knew I would be there, but you ain't made it nowhere. In your mind, you haven't made it even close to where you had envisioned or you had predicted you would be. Or even so, where you hoped you would be. You're not even there. And so because you're not even there, your frustration is within yourself, but you don't want to tackle why you're not there. You don't want to tackle the fact that you were being lazy. You don't want to tackle the fact that you spend a lot of years doing a lot of unnecessary things that had absolutely nothing to do with where you said you wanted to be. You don't want to deal with that. You want to put a Band-Aid on that area. But that's the area that needs surgery. And so until you treat it properly, Guess what? All that's going to do is get infected. It's going to spread into other areas of your life. Real simple. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. I told you guys on Wednesdays, this is Wake Up Wednesday. Listen, we're going to wake up your mind, wake up your spirit. Every Wednesday evening. Yes. I see you, Fifi. I see your comments. I will definitely comment, and respond before the close of tomorrow. Hey, Sade. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Listen, if you have yet to get your copy of The Great You 21-Day Journey, please do so. Excuse me. I had some pasta, y'all. I'm hungry. Head on over to Amazon today. Get your copy. We have it on ebook, and we also have printable version. If you're a Prime member, you'll get it like that, honey. Okay? Are you a Prime member? Who are you Prime? No, but get your book. Get your copy. Those who have purchased it, I thank you so very much. Listen, this book will help change your life. I promise. All right. Now that's that part. Also look out for some updates that's coming up. Some things that is taking place with the Great You. Thank you guys for being a part of the Great You family. There are going to be some great things coming down the pipe. My team and I, we are working. And just because you don't see me as much on social media, that's because I'm grinding hard. And I'm keeping my head low. I'm staying humble. I'm staying low. I'm staying in my own lane, doing my own thing. And I'm being very silent about the moves that I'm making, because oftentimes, as I tell you, we get excited. We want to tell. We want to share. And then, the same person we sharing is the person who the enemy has sent out on an attack for us. So then they steal our ideas, or steal this and manipulate. And so what happens is when you have individuals, but the thing about it is when people steal your ideas, the thing is it's not going to work. That's why, again, in the baggage, or do you have hidden agendas? It's not going to work, because that's not what God called you to do. That's what he called Tashanique to do. But because you think you can do what she do, guess what? Because if you could do what she do you also know that she paid a cost for her to be where she is today? For her to have the gift that she hits, because she's not just a speaker, she's gifted. So because of that, she paid a cost. Are you willing to pay the cost that she paid for that also? Because there was some lonely nights and a lot of cries and a lot of tears and a lot of sorrow. I just told y'all my 10-year-old on Friday told the school that he wanted to kill himself. And I just found out about it yesterday from the school. So do you really want this gift? Do you really want this anointing? Because let me tell you something, you got to pay for it each and every day. I'm a living sacrifice. Daily. So when you go and you think you can steal what Tashanique is doing, or what Shireen is doing, or what Nisha is doing, or what Odessa is doing, or what Nima is doing, understand that there was a cost for those individuals. And understand that the cost you couldn't afford. And that's why God didn't give it to you, because he know you can't afford it. Stay in your lane. What's for you, he will give to you. Okay, I know this is just for her. I know this is what she can handle. I know this is what this one can handle. Stop jumping lanes thinking you could do what everybody else do. Oh, I want to write a book because Tashanique did it. Do you know what that book cost me? And I'm not talking in fiduciary dividends and funds. I'm talking about, or monetarily, I'm talking about what it cost me in my spirit, my soul, my heart. The anointing that is on my life is custom made. You can't purchase this thing nowhere. You can't. I can inspire you but you cannot duplicate this. Everybody screams, "Oh, I got the anointing," But the reality is, you just got a bunch of slippery stuff on you. You don't have, because when you walk in the anointing, there's a certain grace, there's a certain humility. And there's a certain responsibility that comes with it. And a lot of us who have been chosen and who have been called, we've been running from it for years and didn't even want it. Because we knew that it would come with a cost. But God still said, no, it's yours, because only you can carry out this mission. I prepared you for such a time as this. So the next time you check in your baggage, if you have some jealousy, or some insecurity, check that baggage. Get over yourself. Because what's for you is for you. And what's for me is for me, and what's for that person is for that person. It cannot be duplicated. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Shout out for Instagram. I'm learning that I'm going to start building up my following over there, whatever. But most importantly, I just thank God for you guys who are loyal followers, who have been supporting me since I started this. And the elevation is well on the rise for not just me, but those who are attached to me genuinely. Those who are connected to me genuinely, there is a elevation. And I want to share this. I want to share this because I didn't want to be long, but you know, just like we were talking about the airplane, but you know, when you first take off and you elevate on a plane, there's some turbulence. But here's the other thing. Right before you land, there's a great deal of turbulence. It's even more, and I know this only because I was on a plane. It was even more turbulence than when we first took off. But just as you're landing to your place of destiny, your destination, there's even more turbulence because you're descending. You're going back down to an unfamiliar area. You were here. You know, you take off. There's some, when you take off in your business, you take off in your ministry, you take off. There's a little bit of things you learn, right? You know, things are rocky. Things is like, oh, there's a little turbulence. But you got to experience that in order to get off the ground. But then what I learned while being on a plane was when you get to a certain even keel and you're soaring through the clouds and you're there for some hours, it's smooth sailing. Your ears pop a little bit, but it's smooth sailing because you're comfortable now. The plane has gotten familiar. Okay, I'm right here. I'm familiar with where I'm at. Right at this altitude, the plane is familiar. The wings, they're, you know, I don't know all the different things on the plane, but it's familiar here. But then all of a sudden, there's a great descending. We got to drop, boom, and we're going to an unfamiliar place. But we're about to land at your place of destination. But the pilot says you're going to experience turbulence at this point. Please, everyone, get to your seats. If you are up, this is the time I need you to put your seat belts back on. But when you are up in a place and you're soaring in the clouds, I want you to catch this with me. You're soaring in the clouds. That's when they put the light. You can take off put the light on. You can take off your seat belts. Take the seatbelts off. You're fine. You can walk back and forth up and down the aisle. You can do whatever you want. Go to the bathroom. But now we're getting ready to drop. We're getting ready to go to that place of destiny. We're about to arrive at your destination. But we're going down and it's unfamiliar. This isn't where the plane was at for a while. And now things are shaking. But that's how I know I'm about to land at a certain point of my destiny where I'm supposed to land is upon me because the turbulence. Like I said, the enemy doesn't attack me like he used to. So he knows how I feel about my son. And, you know, so he used my son to say, I want to kill myself Friday while in school. And then I don't get notified until yesterday morning. So you can only imagine how this good old Tashanique, and God is so good. I didn't cuss not one time. That's how God is just molding me. I haven't cussed in a while, but he has really, I don't even have a desire to cuss. I just want to get my point made, make it clear, and then I'll deal with this the best way with the best counsel and advice I get on how to handle the situation moving forward. But God, I thank you. I wish you guys a wonderful day. May God be with you guys tonight. And if there's anything, ultimately, guys, if there's anything that's holding you back, if there's any baggage that you know, because see, there's things within us that we could play all day and with our friends and have this front, but there's some things that's within us that we just don't share. Maybe it's hidden jealousy. Maybe it's hidden agendas. Maybe it's ill will. Maybe it's bitterness. Maybe it's unhappiness. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's unworthiness. Maybe it's self-hate. Whatever it is, check that baggage. Go to God and release that to him and say, listen, You know more than anybody and better than anybody that I have been holding on to this for so long, and I've been still trying to push and move and push and move. But God, I believe that in this area of my life, I need you to perform surgery. And I'm going to yield to you to do that. I'm going to stop getting in the way. I'm going to stop trying to block you, because every time I feel like you're about to dig and pry and work on some things, I run from it. But God, I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to yield to you and say, God, do your thing. Because if this is what's needed for me to be happy with who I see in the mirror every day and fall in love with who I see every day, you'd be surprised. I'll get to that. But if this is what I need to do, God, do it. Whatever you need to do, do it, because I want to elevate as a person. Yes, yes, Nicole, I hear you. Nicole on Instagram said the takeoff and the landing are the most dangerous parts of the flight. If it's going to go down and die, those are the most likely times. He may be trying to take you out, but you will win. Amen, Nicole. Yes, yes, yes. So, and I'll look at you guys' comments on Facebook real fast. I'll read a few of you guys' comments. Speak on it because you have to pay the cost to be the boss. I hear you, Miss Della. Yes, 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 Niche. Cannot duplicate. Yes, talk heavy. I hear you. Odessa. So, you'd be surprised how many negative comments I get on a regular. Like in my inbox, or somebody will say something really, really smart out their mouth. And I was battling when I had cut my hair. I was battling with it like, dang, when I wore a weave, I look like a young Joe. And now I'm kind of looking my age, or maybe somebody might think I'm older. And it would offend me if someone thought I was older. But the reality is, I don't care what you think. I really don't. I don't care. Because if we really want to talk heavy, let's talk about your wallet. That's my new thing. That's only, no, I don't have time to share small conversation. My mind is too big for that. I don't have time to engage in what you thought was shade. Sweetie, it's an overcasted clouds where I come from, so I don't even want to throw it on you. But I don't care, because I love what I look at in the mirror every day. I love the person that within me. I love what I share. I love what I do. I love it. I will tell you this. That situation yesterday has caused me to really get things. Thank you, Miss Nima. Yes, my sister. It has caused me to take on some things that, like, I gotta make this thing happen. Because yesterday, this is what I'm talking about. Why, when you work for a company full time, why you should be really pushing even harder for your own business. So yesterday, I get an email. I work from my home. I get an email from my supervisor that says, oh, I don't feel good for the day. I'm going to leave. No problem. But then I say, sometime now, unbeknownst that I was going to get that call, I have to leave. I have a family emergency. My son threatened to kill himself. Because I thought, when I initially got the call, I thought that he had said this yesterday. But whatever the case, don't you know, I had to shop around to find somebody that could take me off the schedule. Who could? My son very well could be going through, I don't know what. All I know is I need to be with my son. But I gotta get your permission to go see about my son. I have to get your permission to go and be a mother. I said, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No. This ain't gonna work. No. No. I gotta find out if I could get somebody to put me in. And I work all day. I deal with the stress that you guys don't have to deal with, because you're a supervisor, so you don't deal with the real stress that we deal with as the front end receivers of a lot of the stress and the complaints of our customers. And I have to ask you, I have to see if it's okay for me to leave. That was you know how they say the straw that broke the camel's back? That broke it yesterday. I'm good. Listen, I have a date in my head for resignation, and I've resigned from a job before. I quit some years ago when I started in 2016 when I started doing my own thing and started my own company. But then I went back because things happen, life happens, bills, But I promise you this. When I resign this time, the only individual I will be working full time for, the only individual I will be needing guidance and asking for directions is God. I will be working 100% for Him. Operating my own company, which is the Great U, and the Great University, which you see. That's it. With the sole purpose of impacting lives, igniting each other's spirits, drawing people to recognize the importance of prayer and purpose, understanding how to make all that coincide and go with prosperity. That's what I do. And that's what I will be doing full time, 100%, upon the date that's in my head for resignation. Because I will never ask another human being if I can leave early, because it is important for me to check on the well-being of what I birthed out. And it's upon their discretion to deem if that's feasible for the company, if it's an acceptable excuse, not reason, if it's an acceptable excuse. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for yesterday. On top of it, I can't even rant how I want to about the situation. The fact that this happened on a Friday and the school didn't notify me until Tuesday. But I can't even be more present, involved in this situation, because I still got to work full time. I almost said, no. So if any of you guys are in that position when you still work, listen, let's get our coins together. Let's get our minds right. Let's sharpen up. Today is Wake Up Wednesday. I hope this woke someone up. I hope this woke someone's spirit up. I hope you are ready to take off, clear out all the baggage, empty it out, and move forward. I look forward to seeing you guys at the Winner's Circle. I look forward to seeing you on a Forbes list, because I will be there. I will be there. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you as well. I love you all. May God be with you. May God bless you. Those who are watching this on the playback, I thank you. Those who are just joining, please enjoy it. Those who have been on and have been sharing, I thank you. If you have not shared, I need you to share, and I thank you. Facebook, I love you. Instagram, I am really enjoying how I am getting acquainted with you guys. So I'm really learning. I'm learning this Instagram thing. So bear with me, but I thank you. So, and those who are on Facebook, please go follow me on Instagram, _University, so that we can always be in connection. And please tag or post a city that you would like for me to come to, because I will be coming to a city near you. The Great University is on the move. We are getting ready to tour. So I just need to know some cities of where you are so I can make sure I pop up there and give you some hugs and love on you guys. So have a good night. God bless y'all.